Sayaka was one of the popular members from the first generation of MNL48 and she could have done more if she only stayed longer. She quite have a strong fan base that makes noise during MNL48 live events and could be considered a force among the fan groups, but for some reason she decided to cut it short to pursue personal endeavors. In this video, let's take a look back at Sayaka's idol journey coming up. Sayaka Awane is an MNL48 first generation member and was one of MNL48's first generation members who are half Japanese just like MNL48K. Sayaka was born here in the Philippines but she was brought to Japan and stayed there from kinder until 5th grade. And then she was brought back here in the Philippines and repeated 5th grade and took high school here in the Philippines. Sayaka regularly visits Japan every summer because she mentioned same as MNL48K that they are required to go back to Japan at least once a year. We all know that MNL48 is an official sister group of the phenomenal Japanese idol group AKB48, which is why the culture and the music genre that the franchise introduces are rooted in the Japanese pop culture. That is why during the audition season of MNL48 first generation, people think that if an aspirant is half Japanese, then it gives them an advantage towards the competition. That is because it's the culture that they grew up with when they were still in Japan. And during the MNL48 first generation audition, half Japanese aspirants were Kaide Ishiyama or MNL48K and Sayaka Awane. And not just half Japanese aspirants but also aspirants who are well immersed with the Japanese pop culture, such as cosplayers, aspirants who are otakus, and also some aspirants who are veteran AKB48 fans are perceived to have an advantage towards the competition. And during the days that MNL48 was being formed, there were barely any idol groups around. That is because the concept of idol group is new to the Philippines. And during the audition days of MNL48, gatekeeping was rampant. Some purist idol fans say that you can't audition for MNL48 if you were not an AKB48 fan first, but it just doesn't make sense. During the audition season of MNL48 first generation, we could say that Sayaka was one of the strong contenders in the competition. She was consistently included in the top 10 from weeks 1 to 6. During the audition series on its showtime, they have weekly eliminations and they only choose who will be eliminated among those outside the top 10 because those in the top 10 are granted immunity from being eliminated. That is why they needed to promote themselves by asking for votes from people and vote for them on the MNL48 mobile app during their free time. The MNL48 first general elections was held on April 28 of 2018 on the noontime variety show It's Showtime on ABS-CBN. On the first general election, Sayaka made it to rank number 12 and the ranks were based on the votes made through the MNL48 mobile app. Unlike the MNL48 general elections that we know nowadays, particularly the second and third general elections since MNL48 then was still being formed, so there was yet no single to be purchased, so it was free to vote before, but aspirants before needed to roam around and ask for votes from people through the MNL48 mobile app. From the first general elections after months of long wait on September 28 of 2018, MNL48 released their debut single Ay Takata Gustong Makita, an MNL48 version of the signature AKB48 classic Ay Takata, and since Sayaka made it to rank number 12 on the first general elections, Sayaka was part of the first single Senbatsu. The Ay Takata music video, by the way it is made, is a homage to the original AKB48 song and music video. The song is about wanting to meet someone or maybe someone special. The song is very high in energy and delivers youthful vibes from the beat of the song itself and to add the Japanese-inspired high school girl uniform. Following the Ay Takata Gustong Makita comes the music video of the first single coupling song Talulot ng Sakura. It was the MNL48 version of an AKB48 classic, Sakura no Hanabira Tachi, and that was also performed by the Sanbatsu determined by the first general election, same as the main single which is the Ay Takata Gustong Makita. Sayaka is also included in the Talulot ng Sakura music video because it's the same Senbatsu lineup as that of the main single Ay Takata Gustong Makita. The message of the song is about hope and optimism, which is what the cherry blossom or sakura symbolizes. Sayaka then was considered as one of MNL48's popular members that whenever there are handshake events, there are always long queue of fans at her lane. She was also called the happy pill of MNL48, but despite the popularity among the fans, she can also be considered as an underrated Senbatsu member for both the first and third single Senbatsu, for she didn't get the respective exposure entitled to a Senbatsu member, but she was undeniably popular among the fans who goes to live events like mall shows and shows at the movie Stars Cafe. And she was also famous for her catchphrase,
Oha! Masaya ba kayo? Masaya ako! Sayaka desu! Ang happy feel ng Legazpi City!
On February 17 of 2019, MNL48 announced the new Senbatsu lineup for MNL48's third single, which was held at Movie Stars Cafe in Quezon City. Luckily, Sayaka was included in the Senbatsu lineup. It was also Sayaka's comeback to the Senbatsu since the first single ay Takata Gustong Makita, because Sayaka was not included in the second single Senbatsu, which was the Pag-ibig Fortune Cookie Senbatsu. Later on, weeks after, it was revealed that the third single is going to be 365 araw ng eroplanong papel, and 365 araw ng eroplanong papel was the single that carried that time upcoming second general election. And the music video of the third single, 365 araw ng eroplanong papel, premiered on April 5 of 2019 on MNL48's official YouTube channel. Before the release of the third single music video, there was a rumor that in the upcoming second general elections, Halo Halo Entertainment will implement an elimination system, meaning that those who will not make it in the 48 ranks will be eliminated and will graduate from MNL48. That is why when the 365 araw ng eroplanong papel music video was released, for the fans it felt like a farewell song for those unknown members who are yet to be eliminated in the upcoming second general election. On April 27 of 2019, MNL48's second general elections happened, and even before that day came, the rumors of eliminations that will happen were already confirmed, and that day was a grueling event for both members and the fans. The program was designed to fear what is yet to happen, because they first announced rank 16 going to rank number 1, which is the center, which at that time was MNL48 Alley, and next was ranks 32 to 17, and then ranks 33 to 48, and the closer it gets to rank 48 and you realize that there was still a lot of girls who are not yet called, makes you realize that HHE will eliminate that many members and aspirants. Sayaka made it to rank number 5 in the second general elections, meaning she made it to the Elite Kami 7. And unfortunately, on June 3rd of 2019, in an episode of the MNL48 online show MNL48 Interactive Live, Sayaka made a shocking announcement, which was her graduation from MNL48, and her graduation event was held on June 9th of 2019 at the Movie Stars Cafe in Quezon City. It's so shocking because why would she make such a decision considering that she made it to the Elite Kami 7, and therefore she was supposed to be a part of the fourth single Senbatsu, which was later on revealed to be Ikaw Ang Melody.
I, MNL48 Sayaka, Team M2, will graduate from MNL48. And then may graduation na din pala ako. May date na siya. June 9, 2019, Sunday at Movie Star Cafe.
According to Sayaka, the reason why she chose to graduate from MNL48 is that they will relocate to Japan and will pursue personal endeavors. Sayaka was the second member who left MNL48 after the second general elections, following the departure from MNL48 of Quincy Santillan, who first left, though she was not given a graduation event. When Quincy left MNL48, she was replaced by MNL48 Ella, who was eliminated in the second general elections because she didn't make it in the 48 ranks. But later on, Halo Halo Entertainment decided to make a TGC Senbatsu, which stands for Tokyo Girls Collection Senbatsu, which also functions as Kenkyusei or trainees. And for that, some members were kept as Kenkyusei, including Ella, Princess, and some others. When Sayaka graduated from MNL48, of course, it had an effect in the ranks of all the other girls below her and will be pushed up. When Sayaka left, she was replaced by MNL48 Princess, who was a first generation member but was eliminated in the second general elections that was eventually retained as Kenkyusei and later on added back to replace Sayaka. MNL48 Ash then was pushed up to the Kami 7, which was the same way that she was added to the Elite 7 in the previous year, and the rank 17 of the second general elections were originally MNL48 Thea and was supposed to be the center of the upcoming fourth single coupling song, but as an effect of Sayaka's graduation, Thea was pushed to rank 16, making her part of the Senbatsu but missing the opportunity of becoming a center of at least a coupling song, which was later on given to MNL48 Colleen because she was the next rank below Thea. And that's all I have for you guys in this video, and I hope you learned a lot of things about former MNL48 Sayaka, especially if you are an MNL48 Sayaka Kamiyoshi. And if you would like to see future contents just like this one, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and if you stayed till the end of this video, I appreciate your time and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, friends.